does a small tribe, barely known to its neighbors, rise to build one of the longest-lasting empires in history? What made the Ottomans different from all the other tribes fighting for survival in Anatolia? And why did a man named Osman, the son of a simple chief, become the founder of a dynasty that ruled for over 600 years? To understand how the mighty Ottoman Empire began, we have to go back to the 1200s, a time when the old powers were falling, Mongol armies were tearing through lands, and new leaders were fighting to take their place. In the 1200s, Anatolia was a land full of chaos. The once powerful Seljuk Empire was falling apart, leaving smaller states and warlords fighting for land and power. Among these groups was a small Turkic tribe called the Kayi, known for their skill with horses, their tight family bonds, and their hunger for survival. The Kayis weren't the strongest or the richest tribe, but they were smart. They moved through the dangerous borderlands between the collapsing Seljuk state and the struggling Byzantine Empire. This gave them chances to raid, trade, and form useful alliances. They didn't have huge armies or cities, but they knew how to survive in tough times. With every small victory, they gained new land, new followers, and new respect. The Kayi tribe didn't look like the start of an empire, but all the pieces were slowly falling into place. Osman wasn't born into wealth or power. He was the son of a tribal chief, growing up in a world where survival was never guaranteed. From a young age, Osman saw the dangers his tribe faced: rival warlords, ambitious neighbors, and the constant threat of Mongol invasions. But instead of just reacting to problems, Osman dreamed bigger. Osman didn't want his tribe to just survive. He wanted them to thrive, to build something stronger than temporary alliances and fragile victories. He believed the Kayi tribe could become more than wandering warriors. With a mix of bravery, patience, and smart diplomacy, Osman led his people to capture small towns and villages near the Byzantine border. Each victory gave them new land, but more importantly, it gave them new allies. People tired of weak rulers and ready to follow someone strong. What made Osman different was his vision. He didn't just see land, he saw a future. He blended old tribal traditions with Islamic values, giving his leadership both legitimacy and purpose. Osman's dream wasn't just about conquest, it was about creating a lasting state, and that dream would become the foundation of the Ottoman Empire. Osman didn't have a huge army or endless resources, but he had something just as powerful: perfect timing. The Byzantine Empire was weak, struggling to hold on to its last lands in Anatolia. Local lords were more focused on their own survival than any larger plan. Osman saw this weakness as an open door. Instead of launching large, risky invasions, Osman led small, smart attacks. His warriors would hit quickly, take what they needed, and then disappear before the enemy could respond. They didn't just fight, they built trust with local villages, offering protection in exchange for loyalty. One of Osman's biggest early wins was capturing the town of Bilecik. This wasn't just a military victory. It gave the tribe a real base, a place to settle and grow. With each new town they captured, the Ottomans gained more land, more followers, and more respect. Osman also knew when to use his sword and when to use his words. He made deals with local leaders, married into important families, and promised fair rule under Islamic law. For many, Osman's leadership felt like a better option than the chaos they were used to. These early victories weren't just luck. Osman's mix of smart fighting, good timing, and careful leadership turned a small tribe into a rising power. The Ottoman Empire wasn't fully born yet, but its foundation was being built piece by piece. At first, the Ottomans were just one tribe among many, moving from battle to battle, looking for the next opportunity. But as Osman and his followers took more land, they realized they couldn't just live like nomads forever. They needed real leadership, rules, and systems to hold everything together. Osman started to blend old tribal customs with something new: actual governance. Land wasn't just taken and handed out to warriors. It was organized, taxed, and protected under a system inspired by Islamic law. Judges helped settle disputes, and leaders were chosen not just for bravery, but for their ability to manage people and resources. This shift from raiders to rulers was slow, but it made a huge difference. Instead of treating conquered land like temporary prizes, the Ottomans started building communities. Places where trade could grow, farmers could work, and families could settle safely. Religion also played a big role. By presenting their rule as part of a larger Islamic mission, Osman and his successors gave their followers a sense of purpose beyond just wealth and power. This blend of practical leadership and religious legitimacy gave the Ottomans something rare: both the sword and the law working side by side. The story of the Ottoman Empire didn't start with grand cities or huge armies. It started with a small tribe, a bold leader, and a vision that stretched far beyond their own borders. Osman's mix of bravery, smart strategy, and leadership turned the Kai tribe into a rising power. But the real key wasn't just winning battles, it was building something that could last. From humble beginnings, the foundation of a global empire was set. If you want to uncover more stories of how history's greatest empires rose and fell, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned.